Good evening, everybody. Hey, Ding. How's it going there, Ding? Good to see you tonight. We'll play a little video for my grandsons.
So, and you know what Abner said? He said he's going to show me how to do push-ups. I need to do them because I'm fat.
Okay.
And this will help me not be fat.
Push-up. Aaron, help me.
And then what about the one you were showing me another way you can do it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, man.
Push-up. Aaron, push-up. You're distracting. I'm to go away, please.
Yeah, don't distract him yet. Let's see. Okay, let's see it.
Oh, let's see, Aaron. Let's see. You with me.
Oh, I can do that one too, huh?
This is the hard way.
That's the hard way. I think you're totally right.
Let's do it off the... You look super fat right here.
I do look super fat right there. That's right. Right there, right?
That's why you should do some push-ups.
Some push-ups and pull-ups?
Yeah, why don't you never do that? You look super fat. 3,
Yeah.
4, I can only do 10 of this thing.
Oh, only 10, huh? That's a lot.
I know
That's a lot.
But it's just that your stomach looks super big. See,
Yeah.
it's really hard.
You're right.
It's hard to concentrate.
Yeah, but you
So
did
feel
real
my-
good.
Feel my muscles.
Let's feel that muscle. Oh,
Mine?
woo, man. Woo. Oh,
I
my
did
gosh, Grandma.
30 push-ups.
Woo.
All right, then. Well, y'all.
Although I'm not really sure how the military campaign resumes because
So, we know the military campaign has resumed, and we are back in conflict, or are we? Y'all, this is the Hillbilly Think Tank. I am Spencer Keck, coming at you live here from Tunnel Hills, and this is my channel dedicated to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, because that's what we live for out here. And y'all, I'm running for Magistrate District 3. And, you know, I was just contemplating today how the golden calf scenario that I remember from Sunday school seems so applicable to what I see going on right now in our amazing president's Doral Golf Club. If you haven't seen it, let's just watch a little bit of it and see. This is not, though, the golden calf we're being told, but you let me know what you think. So this is a pastor dedicating a Trump giant golden statue at Trump's own golf course. So, yeah, if that doesn't look like a golden calf, tell me what does. Massive statue was commissioned by a collective of crypto investors and created by sculptor Alan Cottrell. So here we got Pastor Mark Burns, who's been a long time supporter of Captain Bone Spurs. And he said, this is not a golden calf, even though it's a 22-foot golden statue. All right. So what do you think? Is this pastor correct? Or is this a golden calf? No, I can't believe the kind of folks we see there at this dedication. I mean, come on. What else do we need to see in order to, believe our own eyes? And my eyes tell me that is a golden calf. Now, in the meantime, we know that this is the same president who loved dressing himself up as, Jesus, but he said, he thought he was just a doctor, right? So what is it going to take, right, for us to say, hey, maybe we've gone just a step too far? I mean, some folks thought that him dressing up as Jesus was a step too far. I thought it just, showed the man's complete narcissism. But what do you guys think? Is Trump his own golden calf? You know, I also am interested in the fact that right now we've got sailors under attack, Marines under attack by Iranians, and yet this president has time to call in to this dedication of the golden calf that's made in his likeness. Is nothing too much for this man? That remains to be seen. But Jesus Trump wants us to remember that he is all healing, he is all powerful, and he has his magic orb, and he can just touch your beautiful little heart, right? Got these little demons coming out of the sky, and I'm not sure what they mean. But do you remember this? I mean, how many graven images does this man have to make of himself before he proves that he is just absolutely sacrilegious? That's what I'm not sure, can't quite comprehend. But in other news, we know that Israel built, defended a secret base in Iraq for the Iran war. Now, the Wall Street Journal is reporting on this. But, we should be distracted, shouldn't we, by what's going on and not ask what the heck is going on in the White House? All right. Hey, we got Tom here. Thanks, Tom. Tom says, I first self-identified as an atheist when I was 14 years old. In the years and decades since, I've learned some troubling things about religious people. The number of self-described Christians who adore this personality cult leader as if he's a savior of some sorts is frankly terrifying. Gullibility is a serious problem among the, as he puts, quote unquote, faithful. So, the faithful also apparently have no problem with, this war that nobody has explained at all to us. None of us can understand what the heck this White House is thinking, why we are spending all this money that we don't have to spend on healthcare or on schools. And as a public school teacher, I know very well what this is like and what this is doing. Will be enough. When can we say enough is absolutely enough? Do we have to have, I don't know, him come out and dress as the Pope? Oh, wait, he already did that too. So now, turns out that behind closed doors, Captain Bonespurs and his crew are contemplating what type of violent action to take next in Iran, since Captain Bonespurs didn't like what it is that Iran says they want out of negotiations. So he didn't read their whole package that they sent. He went in a rage, tossed it out, and has his folks bunkered down to decide what step we're going to take next. But what's interesting is Netanyahu is now claiming he wants to wean Israel off U.S. military support. Oh, yeah. And if I believe that, I'm sure you're going to sell me some, a little bit of ocean property in Arizona, right? Because that's all that this is. Some more flim-flam from Netanyahu. Absolutely ludicrous flim-flam. Now, thank goodness, they have recovered the body of one of the missing soldiers. Has been recovered in Morocco. Last I heard, they were still looking for the other one because there were two that went missing. Now, other military news. And again, when we're distracted, we don't notice these things. Who is making money off of this war? Well, the commander-in-chief is. Because the U.S. Air Force will buy drones from Trump family-backed defense company. They invested in this company just weeks before the war started. Just as their younger brother, Barron, was given $50 million to invest as a 19-year-old right before the war started. So we're supposed to all think that they're just in this simply for the love of America, right? Are you buying it? I don't think I'm quite buying it. But again, right now, top officers are briefing Trump on military options against Iran, officials say. And they're not leaving out the option of putting boots on the ground. Well, you know who says they won't be going in there and putting boots on the ground with us? Israel. Now, isn't that interesting? Our most valuable ally says they will not be putting boots on the ground with us. They encourage us to get into this conflict, but oh yeah, no. Yeah. And I find this interesting. How does this man manage to survive right in the middle of a war zone without a ballroom to keep him safe? He's been doing it for years now, even though his country is under constant attack. And he goes to the lines. Actually puts himself on the line. Does he need a secret ballroom with a big bunker underneath? Not so far. But this man, right? If you don't have just a passing familiarity with literature, history, any idea of even religion, but any leader who acts or approves of a gold statue of himself in history, that's never been the good guy. And especially not in the Torah or in the New Testament, nor in the Quran. But who do we have there dedicating the statue for him? Many of these MAGA preachers, and even that MAGA rabbi that we saw on the previous screen when I first started this off. But again, look at history. Leaders that make statues of themselves, yeah, they're never the good guys. And their endings aren't usually the kind of endings that you really want. But just imagine the ego of someone that is so convinced of their grandiosity and their amazing, utterly amazing gift to us, the world, that they have to make a statue of themselves. Meanwhile, the same person didn't want folks on food stamps to get food stamps just a few months ago. Meanwhile, they said, hey, we don't have enough money for health care. Meanwhile, we don't have enough money for schools in the United States. Meanwhile, our governor, Andy Beshear, right here in Kentucky, had to make an executive order to get pre-K passed here in Kentucky. Universal. So, yeah, let's keep on letting these folks hand us their delusions of grandeur, because they are just illusions and delusions. All right. Tarm Armstrong says, to say the White House is thinking implies that the White House staff is capable of coherent thought. I would have to agree with you there, Tom. Absolutely. Old guy in North Carolina, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a bit. He says he's just going to keep, we have a deal, we don't have a deal, while his insider trading buddies build up more millions. That's absolutely correct. When it stops working, he'll 100% taco, because Trump always does what? Yeah, chickens out. And Iran gets to charge tolls that they could not have charged before this war. All we did was show them how much power they actually had over the Strait of Hormuz. And honestly, by proxy, over the strait right across from them, that Yemen and the Houthis are now threatening to close down. So, yeah, we just couldn't have that treaty that, President Obama signed, which mandated that Iran could never have more than 5 to 15% of uranium that you need to make a bomb. If you only have 5 or 15%, you can only use that for energy production. But now they have enough to make a bomb, and it's buried underground. So we're not getting that uranium without sending in a whole lot of troops, if that would even do it. All right. Old guy in North Carolina also says Moses parts the reflecting pool to smash the golden ass with stone Epstein files. There we go. All right, y'all. Well, I just don't know how much more is possible to show, do, or say to remind people that the emperor has no clothes. The emperor is absolutely off his rocker. And what on earth are any of us going to do about it? Well, me, I'm going to start making my 5 calls when I get off here. Make sure that my senators and my representatives know how I feel about the fact that we've got plenty of money for what? A ballroom now? $1 billion the Senate is asking? Got enough money for all these folks to donate to the golden calf, the golden Captain Bone Spurs, but we don't have enough money to help out our public schools. We had to close down the Department of Education for this. That's, just absolutely mind-boggling. And like I reported the other night, the only reason that we got back to the Build Resilient Infrastructure package again, BRIC, was because this courts mandated that money come back. And now that money is back here, available to Hardin County. And, now, again, the magistrates of this county and the judge executive have to apply for grants that were already approved under the previous administration, but the money was stopped when this administration came into office last year. Yet, no money for the little folks, no money for our infrastructure. We were told, but plenty of money for these wars that no one asked for, and plenty of money for ballrooms and golden calves. All right, y'all. Hopefully y'all are having a great week. I am smelling some yard bird. I had to go harvest one of my roosters, and he's smelling awfully good right now upstairs. Old guy in North Carolina says, "You rock." Well, you rock. We all rock. Let's rock this guy out of the White House, right? At least out of power, by taking back the Senate and the House of Representatives. We know that's going to be a very tough battle because the Supreme Court has handed victories to the guardians of the pedophiles, that billionaire class. But hey, we're not going to go backwards. Y'all, let's remember, we're all in this together. It's not left wing versus right wing anymore. It's not Democrats versus Republicans. It is all of us looking for justice, not, oh, just us, the billionaires. That's who has to take back this country. It's us. And we can only do it if every single one of us is serious about constantly badgering our representatives to do the right thing. And if they won't, boot them out of office this November. Don't forget, it's the 9:22 p.m. We've only got a little bit of time left in this day. We're only 8 days away from Kentucky's primary. It's a serious, serious deal. So, in order to take it back, we've all got to be united, just like the motto of Kentucky says. United we stand, divided we fall. If we love our neighbors as ourselves, and if we recognize, hey, I'm my brother's keeper, I am my sister's keeper, then we can't be divided. Y'all, remember everyone deployed overseas right now. And let's have a great rest of the week. Bless your corazon. Like and subscribe, please, and vote in those primaries. Just like Tom Armstrong saying, all politics are local. Vote in the primaries. And then come November, vote for me for magistrate here in District 3, Hardin County. And here's some Tom Dog action.
Soundstripe.
Country.